Hello, my wonderful students. It's your friend, Teacher Sam here, and I am so excited for today's lesson. We're going to be tackling a problem that I know many of you struggle with, translating English in your brain. It can be so frustrating, right? You want to speak fluently, but that little voice in your head keeps getting in the way, trying to translate every single word. But guess what? I've got your back. In this video, I'm going to share 7 mind-blowing tricks that will help you break free from that translation habit and start thinking in English naturally. You know, just like learning to ride a bike, becoming fluent in English takes practice and the right techniques. Remember when you first started learning to ride that bike? You probably felt wobbly, scared, and maybe even fell a few times, but you didn't give up, did you? You kept practicing, and eventually, something amazing happened. You stopped thinking about pedaling, balancing, and steering. It all just became natural. That's exactly what we're going to do with your English. We're going to rewire your brain so that speaking English becomes as effortless as riding that bike. Are you ready? Okay, my friends, let's start with the most important trick of all, thinking in English. Now, I know what you're thinking. Teacher Sam, that's easier said than done. And you're right, it's not always easy. But trust me, it's possible and key to fluency. So, how do you start thinking in English? Imagine your thoughts are like streams flowing through your mind. Right now, they flow in your native language. Our goal is to redirect them to flow in English. Start by using simple English words and phrases daily. For example, think in English when getting dressed. It seems small, but it's powerful. Narrate your actions in English. As you're cooking or cleaning, talk to yourself in English. For instance, say, "I'm chopping vegetables," or "I'm walking to the store." Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is to get comfortable with English sounds. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. You've got this. Now let's move on to our second mind-blowing trick using visuals. Our brains are incredible at remembering images. Think about it. You can probably easily remember what you had for breakfast this morning or what your best friend was wearing yesterday. That's the power of visuals. Now, how can we use this power to stop translating English in our brains? It's simple. Start associating English words and phrases with vivid images. For example, if you're trying to remember the word happy, don't just repeat the word in your head. Instead, picture yourself smiling brightly, laughing with friends, or doing something that makes you feel joyful. You can also use flashcards to help you make these visual connections. Write the English word on one side of the card and draw or paste a picture that represents that word on the other side. As you look at the card, say the word out loud and focus on the image. This technique is especially helpful for visual learners, but it can benefit everyone. By creating these strong visual associations, you're essentially creating shortcuts in your brain that bypass the need for translation. All right, my friends, are you ready for trick number 3? This one is all about practicing with native English speakers. It can be nerve-wracking, but it's like a magic potion for your fluency. Babies learn by listening and interacting with people around them. You can learn the same way. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to find language partners. There are many online platforms and apps for language exchange. Practice speaking, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Focus on communication, not perfection. Native speakers are usually very understanding and happy to help. Let's move on to trick number 4, which is a game changer. Instead of focusing on memorizing individual words, start learning phrases. Think of phrases as building blocks for fluent conversation. When you learn phrases, you're not just learning vocabulary, you're learning how words work together naturally in English. For example, instead of just learning the word happy, learn phrases like, "I'm happy to hear that, that's great news. I'm so happy for you," or "I had a really happy childhood." See how much smoother and more natural those phrases sound? Start by focusing on common phrases that you use frequently in your native language. Then, gradually expand your repertoire to include phrases related to your hobbies, interests, and daily routines. And here's a bonus tip. Pay attention to the rhythm and intonation of phrases when you hear them spoken by native speakers. English is a very musical language, and mastering the rhythm will make your speech sound much more natural. Number 5. Immerse yourself in English. Surround yourself with the language. Let's get ready for trick number 5, which is all about creating an immersive English environment for yourself. Think of it like this. If you were trying to learn to swim, would you spend all your time reading books about swimming? Or would you jump into the pool and start practicing? The same principle applies to learning English. The more you surround yourself with the language, the faster you'll learn. And the best part is, there are so many fun and engaging ways to do this. Start by changing the language settings on your phone, computer, and social media accounts to English. It may seem like a small change, but it will force you to encounter English on a daily basis. Next, dive into the world of English entertainment. Watch English movies and TV shows, listen to English music and podcasts, and read English books and articles. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word at first. Just focus on getting the gist of what's being said and enjoying the process. Number 6 is, unlock the secrets of English with an English dictionary. My friends, this one might seem a little counterintuitive, but trust me, it's a game changer. Instead of relying on your bilingual dictionary, start using an English dictionary. Now, you might be thinking, Teacher Sam, wouldn't that make things more difficult? But here's the thing. When you use a bilingual dictionary, you're essentially reinforcing the habit of translating in your head. You're looking up the word in your native language, which keeps your brain stuck in translation mode. However, when you use an English dictionary, you're forcing your brain to engage with the language directly. You're reading definitions and examples in English, which helps you understand the nuances of words and how they're used in context. Plus, many English dictionaries provide example sentences and phrases, which can help you learn new vocabulary in a more natural and memorable way. Number 7, patience and consistency, your keys to English fluency. And last but not least, we come to our final mind-blowing trick, which is all about patience and consistency. Remember, learning a new language is a journey, not a race. There will be ups and downs, days when you feel like you're making great progress, and days when you feel stuck. The key is to be patient with yourself and to keep practicing consistently, even when it feels challenging. Think of it like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Set realistic goals for yourself and celebrate your achievements along the way. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's how you learn and grow. And most importantly, remember why you started learning English in the first place. What are your goals? What do you hope to achieve? Keep your goals in mind and let them motivate you to keep going, even when it gets tough. You've got this, my friends. Believe in yourself and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. In conclusion, unlock your potential, embrace the power of English. So there you have it, my wonderful students. 7 mind-blowing tricks to help you stop translating English in your brain and start thinking like a native speaker. Remember, the key is to be patient, consistent, and to embrace the journey. Learning English opens up a world of opportunities. You can connect with people from all over the globe, access a wealth of information and entertainment, and boost your career prospects. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Now I want to hear from you. What secrets have helped you stop translating English in your brain? What other challenges are you facing on your English learning journey? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a supportive community where we can learn and grow together.